Hello everyone, hope all is well and welcome back. So in today's video, I'm going to be doing a demo and a review of the Going Coconuts collection by Colourpop. This has got to be one of my favorite collections that Colourpop has ever released. To me, this palette just looks so beautiful. I have been trying out these products for a couple of weeks now. I did bring them all to Hawaii with me just because I really wanted to test them out and also because I think it's a very beautiful collection and it's the colors and tones that I've been loving and wearing almost every day. But anyways, before we get into this video, I would love for you to subscribe if you aren't already. It would mean so much to me, and let's get to it. So I'm just gonna quickly show you the products that came in this collection. So first, there is this beautiful Going Coconuts palette, which is so beautiful, and I'm so happy they didn't add one of those stupid chunky glitter things in here. It's all just metallic shimmers and mattes, which I am a big fan of. And then there was also this Fourth Ray Beauty face milk in the scent coconut. They also released 4 just the tints. I haven't tried all of these yet. The only one that I've tried is Nude Beach. They also came out with 2 shades of bronzers, and then they also came out with a lip scrub and a lip balm. I accidentally left the lip scrub in Hawaii, but I still have the balm here. And lastly, they came out with these 3 shades of Super Shock shadows, which are very, very beautiful. Now let's get into the products. The first one I want to talk about and I won't be using is this one. I tried this a few times while I was on vacation and it sadly broke me out. I looked at the ingredients and I believe it was the coconut oil. Coconut oil isn't the best for your skin. The molecules are a little bit too big, so they don't really sink into your skin. They just kind of sit on top of it, and that I find breaks me out. After a few days of using it, I woke up with these weird breakout spots. They don't look like my normal acne spots. They were just little whiteheads, no redness around them, and just areas I never break out, like right here, and just random areas. But thankfully that went away really quickly, but I will not be using this anymore. I'm gonna quickly add some of this lip balm just to prepare my lips for later on. And I did try out one of these before and it was really strongly scented, but this one, thankfully, there's just like the faintest smell of coconut, like it's barely even there, which I'm a big fan of, and so far so good. I think it helps my lips. We'll see now that I'm back in Canada where it is -20. Now I'm just gonna zoom you up and we're gonna first go into the bronzers. They came out with 2 shades, Talk to the Palm and Coconut Beach. Coconut Beach is the one I've been using, and sadly it is the most powdery bronzer I've ever come across, but it's really sad because the shade is just like perfect. So I've been continuing using it, but it really makes me sad on how powdery and kickbacky up it is. That did not make any sense, but whatever, you get what I'm saying. I'm gonna try showing you what I mean. And I dip into my pans very, very gently, and like just one, do you see all that? It's crazy. I'm still gonna be using it to show you. Maybe this one I got is faulty because I tried the deeper shade, Talk to the Palm, and it didn't happen at all. This one seems to be like all their other pressed bronzers like this, but this one to me, I don't know if I got a faulty one, it's weird. But I'm gonna be blending that out with the Cheek Shaper from Nabla. Yeah, I forgot to mention that I am starting off with my foundation, brows, concealer all done. I'll have the products I used linked in the description down below if you're curious on what I used. I just really love the color of that bronzer and it performs really nicely. The only thing is that it's very, very powdery and I fear that you're going to run through it like nothing. To me, it's just a little bit messy for me, but I just love the color and blendability of it so much. So I feel like 50-50 of it because I think it could be better. But anyways, I want to quickly do the rest of my face and I might as well just do it on camera because I wanted to talk about these products. Let me know if you'd like a video of all the products I fell in love with in Hawaii, because I did fall in love with quite a few that I brought. I fell in love with a lot of like M Cosmetics products and Dior products, things I've never used on my channel before. So let me know if you'd like a video of that, maybe demoing the products or something. That might be fun. For my highlighter, I wanted to use this Dior, what is this even called? Universal Face and Body Glow. This is so beautiful. I brought this on my trip and I almost used it every day, even when I wasn't wearing any makeup, just because it was that beautiful, and it just adds like a beautiful natural sheen. It's very liquidy and sheer and very lightweight. Like it almost feels like water, but I just like to apply a little bit of that with my finger just on the areas where I want to highlight, and it just adds like a really nice, beautiful glow. I'm sad they didn't come out with any blushes in this collection, but that's okay. I also fell in love with this shade right here from Cover FX. It's the Warm Honey shade in their monochromatic blush duos. A lot of people have been using this as a bronzer, but it's way too red and pink for me. I love this color. It's like the powder version of the Nude Stick Sunkissed, if you're familiar with that shade. If not, it kind of gives me the vibe of when you get a sunburn, but then it's transitioning into a tan. So I thought this kind of a blush shade would be perfect for this look, since it's very beachy. And I'm just applying this with the BH Cosmetics number 3 brush, yes. If you're new here, I always apply my blush over my bronzer and my highlight just to make everything look like it's coming from within rather than just sitting on top or looking super makeup-y. And I also always add it to my nose just to tie it in, make it look like a fading sunburn or whatever. Which I am really into that look. If you're not, that's okay, because it'd be boring if everyone was into that look. Could you imagine everyone wearing the same makeup look or same techniques? How boring would that be? But let's get back into the Colourpop products, and I'm so excited because I'm going to be moving on to the eyes. I've used this palette so many times on my trip. I think it's a very versatile palette, and I also find it to be quite unique to the market as of right now. This one pulls very neutral to me, almost leaning more on the cool tone to things, but there's a few that are slightly warm, like these two right here, but all the others kind of pull cool to me or perfectly neutral. I really like this palette, and I like how it's nice and user-friendly, and there's quite a few looks that you can come up with in here. I haven't felt this excited about a palette from them in a really long time. This one's really cute. I'm just gonna quickly prime my eyes and I'll be right back. The first shade I'm gonna be starting off with is Coolada, which is definitely a cool tone. And I'm gonna place that into the crease. Next, I'm going to be dipping into the shade Lovely Bunch, and I'm going to be patting that all over the lid. Maybe, we'll see. Actually, that's not what I want. I'm gonna take Coolada with the Smith 253 and bring it all over the lid for a soft wash of color. Hopefully what I have in mind is gonna work. I'm gonna take this Nabla pointed crease brush, and I'm going to be dipping into the shade Nutty, and I'm gonna start defining the outer portion. I really like the look of this just all matte, but I wanted to show you a few more shimmer shades out of this palette. And I think I'm gonna go into the shade De Coco with my ring finger. I haven't used this shade yet. And I'm going to pop that first into the center. I'm actually gonna bring that all the way into the inner corner. I'm just gonna dampen my brush just because it's very subtle right now. I just wanna see what it would look like damp. It doesn't really need it. I think it looks stunning on its own. I just wanna see if it can get intensified. I'll swatch a few other of the shimmer shades in this palette because they are so stunning. Here are the other shimmer shades in this palette. The first one down here is Palm Reader. Then this middle one is Get Crackin'. And this one is just the prettiest out of this whole palette, and it is Cocoa Crush. I want to add one of the Super Shock shadows, and I had a few people ask me if the shade A Little Quirky, if it's a dupe for the Hourglass Scattered Light in the shade Smoke. And sadly, it is not, but it kind of looks like the same-ish formula. So it is in the middle right here. This is the shade Smoked from Hourglass, and right here is Reflect, because I thought that was a little bit closer, but Reflect is a lot more pink. This is a lot more golden and has a kind of a bronzed undertone to it. So you can see this is cool toned, warm, and pink. So I'm going to be using that shade I was just talking about, A Little Quirky. This one is my favorite from the 3 that they launched in this collection. And I'm just going to take that on my ring finger and I'm going to pop that into the center. And then for my inner corner highlight, I'm going to use this shade Peekaboo in their Super Shock formula. This one is the lightest shade they came out with. Now I'm going to continue the lower lash line, and I'm taking Nutty again on this Colourpop E10 brush, and I'm just going to define the outer portion here first. I'm just kind of placing this with this brush, and then I'm going to go into something a little bit fluffier just to smooth out the edges. I'm not going to bring that all the way across, and then I'm going to take the shade Culotta and put that more in the inner portion. And here is the eyeshadow all finished. I'm just going to quickly add some mascara and I'll be right back. So here's this eye look just with mascara. I think I'm going to be adding some lashes, but the mascara I used is this one from MAC, the In Extreme Dimension. I don't know, there's a stamp over it, a stamp over the name, I can't read it. Black Lash, Extreme Dimension Black Lash, maybe? So now I'm gonna add some small lashes and I'll be right back. And here are the eyes all finished. The lashes I used are the Velour Sassy but Classy lashes. This is a look that I love. That is all. I'm gonna do lip swatches as well as swatches on my hands of all 4 of these shades. Just need to wipe off this glitter. The first one here is Island Time, which is the lightest shade. This is the shade Shaka, right above that one. Pretty as well. And then this one is Nude Beach. Wow, the worst swatch of my life. Right there. And then the last one is Waikiki, right here. But here is the final look. The lip I left on is Shaka, which I think is perfect because it was the cooler toned ones out of all of these 4, so this is the one right here. I really like how this look turned out. So now let's do a roundup of all the products in this collection. My standouts and my favorites, the ones that I would recommend to you the most, are definitely the palette. This is my favorite out of the whole collection, what I was super excited for. I just think it's very pretty and unique for a neutral palette. And I don't know, I really love the tones and the versatility of it. The center shade in here is so beautiful. Would highly recommend this palette. I think it's going to be a staple in my collection for a really long time. I do really love the 3 Super Shocks in this collection. I think my all-time favorite Super Shock that I ever had is this one right here, A Little Quirky. I've never had, I know so many people have like their one favorite Super Shock shadow, and I've never found the one, but I think I have now. And it's this one. I think this is great because you can use it in cool or warm tones and the reflection is just so beautiful. Once I added it on top of this look, it just like added so much more dimension and such a big wow factor to it. That one's definitely my favorite. I don't know, I think you might have to buy these in a trio, but if you can buy them separately, I would really recommend to you this one. And then, and then I really loved these 2 shades of the Just Tints. I feel like they changed the scent, or am I crazy? Because it used to smell a lot more of a weird pineapple scent, but now it's just like an actual, it smells like actual pineapple, which I actually kind of like. I don't know, maybe they didn't change it, maybe I just was a hater. But my 2 favorite shades in these are Shaka and Waikiki. These 2 other ones, this one's a little bit too warm for me, I don't really see myself wearing it, and this one's a little bit too pale nude. I think if you have a paler skin tone than me, I think it would look lovely on you, but for me I think it's just a little bit too similar to my skin. And then for the other products, and for the 4th Ray Coconut Face Milk, sadly this did not work for me. It smells so beautiful. I really wanted to love this because I've seen so many people love and rave about all of these face milks, but sadly wasn't for me. Ooh, for the bronzer, specifically Coconut Beach. I'm really sad that the formula is very powdery because the color and the blendability is so beautiful. I still might continue using it even though it's so messy and super powdery. I don't know. I feel very 50-50 about this still. Just one simple drop of this, I feel like the whole thing will crack. I don't think I recommend these just because the formula is really powdery and weird, but I just love the packaging and everything of this collection. It's so cute. Finally, for the lip balm, I'll have to continue using it just because I don't really know if this works yet. We'll see now that I'm back in Canada and my lips are chronically chapped while I'm here. So we'll see if this helps smoothen my stuff out. But that is all from me today, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a like. It would help me out so much. I'll make sure to link all the products I used and mentioned in the description down below as always. And before I go, I would love for you to subscribe, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye!